What's up, YouTube? Heavy coming to you, Captain Awesome's front yard, garden, place where I grow my plants. We'll just say that. I don't like calling it a garden. But a few of y'all said that y'all wanted to see some of the plants that I keep. I keep poisonous and carnivorous terrestrial plants, along with a couple of rare species. Not because they're necessarily close to being extinct or anything. It's just that it's really hard to get them. That's why they're rare. I'll show y'all some seeds that I've cultivated from a really rare plant here in a minute, but I just wanted to show y'all a few of the hibiscus I keep. This isn't poisonous or rare or anything. It's just hibiscus is a beautiful plant. I have a few different varieties. Some of them haven't sprouted yet. I do grow all of my most of my terrestrial plants from seed or bulb. But here's one of the hibiscus here, and then this one's a really pretty one. The flowers on this I'll show y'all once it starts blooming. But really beautiful plant. But the showstopper here today is the angel's trumpet. This is my favorite terrestrial plant. I love this plant. I baby this plant. I have a lot of this plant. If that tells you anything, I love this plant. It is by far my favorite plant. Actually, it's probably my favorite plant, terrestrial or aquatically. So, but let me tell you a little bit about this. The reason it's called angel's trumpets is the flowers, when they sprout, they look like a trumpet. It's a big white flower, and it has a really tall throat, and it blooms out. It smells fantastic. However, it's very, very poisonous. Every part of this plant is poisonous to the fact that it can kill a grown man. And a lot of zombie myths and zombie movies are based off of this plant. And I'll tell you why. It's an African plant, and people in Africa take this plant, they burn it, and you can't even smell the smoke. That's how poisonous this is. You can look it up on YouTube. I believe you can type in angel's trumpet or something like that, and it'll show you some stuff. But they actually burn it in Africa. I forget the reason as to why they burn it, but these people are scared of the smoke. If you inhale the smoke that this plant produces when you burn it, it can severely injure you or kill you. The leaves, the stalk, the seed, the roots, the seed pods, all of it's poisonous. But I've grown this plant. This is a third generation plant, originally from a plant that was from Africa. I do not overwinter my plants. I simply cultivate them every year to get a stronger species to grow inside my soil. So this is the third generation plant that I have, that I've grown myself and cultivated myself. And actually, this is actually two plants. I have another one growing right by this hibiscus right here. But now we're going to go in and I'll show you something else cool. And shut my garage. I'm going to start being a little bit louder in here. I don't want the neighborhood kids to think, who's that crazy fucker over there? Blah. Anyways, guys, now we're in Captain Awesome's fish room. Everything's cool in here, but here are the seeds I was talking about. I cultivated these myself. These are angel's trumpet seeds. And I have it labeled poison just in case my wife comes in here and she sees my son pick this up. She'll know that he cannot play with this. This is a rare angel's trumpet. It's actually the purple genetic mutation of this plant. It's the exact same plant. It just, it grows a little bit differently. But it's the same concept, guys. The flowers they look like trumpets, and you can kind of put the metaphor together as to why they're called angel's trumpets, because you may meet an angel if you want to eat one, or you have to wash your hands after touching any part of this plant. This is how poisonous these plants are. But anyways, same concept. It just grows a purple flower, a really beautiful purple. And let me show you some of these seeds here, just to give you an idea of what they're looking like. And then we'll do a little update on the fish room. I have a few exciting things going on in here. Let's see. Alright, that'll work. Alright, so that's what these seeds look like. To get these seeds, basically the plant itself produces seed pods. Now, if you keep these plants, you know how cool these seed pods are. When it grows, it grows inside of a sphere, okay? It's like a little ball about the size of maybe a golf ball. But it grows a bunch of like thorns. So if y'all have ever seen the movie Hellraiser, and you know Pinhead, that's his head is how these seed pods look. So it's really cool. And before you even think about planting them, you have to let these seeds dry out. And you know, just that, I mean, that's how you cultivate the plant. You can't just take the seed pod, take the seeds out of it and plant it. It won't work. So you have to let them dry out and stuff like that, and then you can go and try to nurse one. Now, I would have them growing inside of my, I guess you can call it garden. I would have them growing in my garden right now, but when I got this species, I planted it immediately. I was trying to get it done, but I planted it a little bit too late in the spring, and it didn't root well enough for it to, you know, it didn't root well enough for it to come back after winter. So, you know, I only got one seed pod off of it, thank God, because I only got 2 of these plants when I got them, and you know, it was really hard to get these guys. So thankfully I got 1 seed pod, and I got about 50 seeds out of it, which will give me, I'd say anywhere from maybe 10 to 15 plantlets. So keep your fingers crossed with that. You know, it's definitely a really cool plant. I'll keep y'all updated once I plant the seeds. I'll show y'all my soil mix and stuff like that. You know, this is another part of the hobby, or well, another hobby that I have is terrestrial plants. It seems like I like fish that can hurt you, and that I like plants that can kill you. So, you know, kind of goes hand in hand. But anyways. A few updates on some planted tank action. As you can see here, y'all probably saw the video already, but Peabody's Paradise, I sent him the Ludwigia inclinata tornado, curly tornado. I sent that to him, guys, because when you go to buy this plant, you're paying 45 to 50 bucks a stem, and I think that is ridiculous. Now, I had the means to buy this plant, and I told y'all from the beginning that I wanted to bring it to the hobby, guys, but by no means do I have the tools to properly propagate and mass produce this plant on a cheaper level. Now, let me tell you why this is going to work. Peabody, David over there at Peabody's Paradise, knows his stuff when it comes to the plant business, guys. I mean, this guy knows his aquatic plants. He knows how to grow them, and in my opinion, that's the only reason that's the reason he's the only guy I'll buy aquatic plants from, guys. I finally found the only person, or the sole source of any aquatic plant that I buy is coming from David's Peabody's Paradise, guys. So if that tells you anything, I don't normally stick with only one person, but just to give you an idea. So, sent that to him so we can get it mass produced, so we can get a bunch of this stuff out there and start charging a reasonable price for a bunch of the plant, okay? Now, I don't mean like a bunch, like handing you over a handful. I mean a bunch of plants, guys, like wrapped inside of a lead weight, you know, 4 to 5 stems of this plant. You know, it is, like he said, it is a super rare plant, and, you know, I think it's a beautiful plant, and I think that more people would want to keep it if it was more affordable. You know, 45 bucks for one 6 to 8 inch stem is ridiculous to me. So, that's why I did that. I sent that over to David. You know, very capable of growing this plant and mass producing it. The only you know, stipulation I had was he send me some back, which I'm not even worried about. I know he will. You know, I also have an order coming in from him next week, so stay tuned for that. Few updates on the Gorillas Blue tank, and I'll let y'all go. The male and the female, sorry about the glare, guys. You know, like Mr. Mom says, it's garbage. But anyways, you can see he's, you know, he's beautiful, but he's looking a lot just more dominant lately. And then you come over and check out this female, guys. Check her out. She's starting to get yellows in her face, starting to color up, guys. And, you know, they've been at this divider, you know, going at each other, kind of like the, you know, the hey baby shimmy and stuff like that. So what I've done here is I've cut 3 pass holes, okay? I've cut 3 holes in the divider so she can get over there, but if she needs to get away from him, she can come over here and he cannot get over there. So they're big enough for her, not big enough for him. And, you know, that's just gonna, you know, I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna breed anytime soon, guys, but, you know, it's getting close. They're starting to flirt with each other a lot, and, you know, I'm really excited about that. Another update on this tank is, there's another fish in here, guys, from back when I was keeping an arowanas, and trying to breed them. Yeah, daunting task, by the way. Anyways, you know, shoot for the moon, you end up in the stars, whatever. But I had this decoration in this tank since it was set up. So I have these catfish called Eclipse catfish, and I had 3 of them in this tank with my arowanas. Now, my arowanas, you know, got substantially large, okay? And I then, you know, started trying to breed them in a 3,000-gallon pond that I had over at my mom's house that I had built, or, you know, whatever. Anyways, I was trying to breed them there, and, you know, one day one jumped out. Long story short, anyways, they were huge, guys, and they started eating the catfish. I came in here one day, I saw one hanging out of the mouth of my big Amazonian silver arowana. And, you know, I thought they were all gone, you know. I thought that the arowanas had eaten them all, you know. I mean, I accepted it. Well, the other day I saw something swimming in this tank. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning, lights were off. I saw a flash of something, and I was like, what the hell? So I get my flashlight out to investigate, and lo and behold, I have an Eclipse catfish in here. Like I said, I have 3 of them. I know for sure that, you know, I witnessed 2 of them get eaten, so I just assumed the other one for dead. Well, the other one survived and hid inside this decoration. That's the only plausible way this fish could still be in this tank, guys. Hid in that decoration and came out when he felt like the time was right. You know, he hadn't grown much, maybe like 2 inches since the last time I had him, which makes sense. Him being cooped up in there, not much food can get inside there and stuff like that. But now that he is out of there, I have him a tube set up right here. No, he's not in it. He's hiding somewhere else right now, probably up under that rock right there. But he chills in there the majority of the time, and at night he comes out and he wipes this substrate clean of any uneaten food, guys. And that's why I got these Eclipse catfish. Eclipse catfish are great substrate cleaners, guys. You know, there's plenty of other fish out there that can do this job, but in my experience, the Eclipse catfish has done the greatest job for me. I mean, they literally go through the substrate and eat anything they can find. They churn your substrate. They get most, if not all, of the uneaten food, and they just do a great job at keeping this substrate cleaner in between water changes. So, you know, I thought that was cool that it survived from like maybe 3-4 years ago. So I thought that was really neat. And a little update on this tank here. As you can see, I got a piece of wood in there that's finally waterlogged. Now, Big Rig is acting an ass, so I'm going to have to do this this way. I don't really want to take it out, but check it out, guys. My mom travels a lot for her job. She's, she travels a lot. Well, anyway, she was in Costa Rica, and I asked her to pick me up a piece of driftwood if she ever went by the beach. Well, she went by the beach, of course. You can't go to Costa Rica and not go to the beach. She went to the beach, and she got me this piece of driftwood, guys. Look at the character on that. Look at that piece of driftwood. Just a beautiful piece of driftwood, straight off the beaches of Costa Rica. And it's just phenomenal, guys. I mean, it has some solid weight to it. Here, let me see if I can get it out of here without him hurting me. There we go. Alright, let me take it over here and give y'all a better look at it. But check this out, guys. I mean, just all kinds of character, all kinds of little nooks, crannies, grooves, and I mean, it's just smooth as can be. I just thought that was really cool. Definitely unique. So shout out to my mom. Mama, I love you. Thank you for the driftwood. It's dope, awesome. I soaked it for about 2 weeks inside of a 5-gallon bucket, and it is finally waterlogged enough to just sink and sit. Probably gonna, use that inside of a planted tank. May just leave it in here. I'm not completely sure what I want to do with it, though. I just wanted to show y'all that. And with that said, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope y'all enjoyed the updates. Hope you enjoyed looking at a couple of the other plants that I keep. And with that said, guys, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking, good or bad. This is what I'm doing. This is what I've done. And we'll see y'all next time. Adios.